This is the Takashi strategy. I named it as such as it is modeled after a trader with that namesake who used this strategy to turn just shy of $14,000 into over 153 million. And what I have found through my extensive testing of this strategy is that it seems to work very well in pre-market trading. Pre-market trading contains very heavy volatility, as that is often when companies announce news, and this strategy thrives on this type of volatility. It is 8 a.m. right now as I'm recording this, the top of the hour, an hour and a half before market open, a very popular time for news to drop. And here we are. We see one of those news moves happening right now on ASTI, and what I hope to do is to showcase to you the power of the Takashi strategy in real time. I hope in this video to be able to catch some real-time moves of this strategy making money on this type of pre-market volatility. First, let me very quickly post an alert over on my Twitter that this stock is moving. 8 a.m. news, ASTI. I am always doing this over on my Twitter, trying to give real-time stock alerts and updates to what is currently moving. If that's interesting to you, go and give it a follow. Now, while we wait to see if this setup ends up giving us an entrance opportunity on this strategy, let's talk a little bit about the strategy itself. Another stock that I alerted early on yesterday, and one that ended up ripping, was SAFX. You can see a few great example trades of the Takashi strategy on this stock yesterday. Even though it wasn't during pre-market, the strategy isn't only for pre-market, right? That's just what I'm hoping to showcase today, but let's go ahead and talk about this in terms of the strategy itself. There are three separate conditions in a strategy. The most obvious are your buy and your sell, but the third is your stop loss. This strategy contains all three, and while we are waiting to see if that ASTI stock gives us an entrance, why don't we quickly cover the entrance conditions of the Takashi strategy. For starters, we run this strategy on the 5-minute chart. That's why I have about 5 minutes. Now I'm down to about 3 to quickly explain to you before we go and look back at ASTI what the entrance condition is. It's actually not very complicated. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on a price action study. It's called the ATR study, and what the ATR stands for is average true range, and what this study is measuring is the average distance from the high and low of the last 14 candles. Now, the entrance condition for the Takashi strategy is the current candle is red and the distance of the candle is larger than the ATR value. Essentially, the Takashi strategy is looking for abnormal volatility on a dip, and then it wants to go and buy that dip, correct? So as you can see here, the first trade yesterday on SAFX occurred at 11.25. The stock began to pop, then it got a very hard pullback. The open of this candle was $2.06. The close of this candle was $1.98. That is an 8-cent difference, and the average true range value of the candle before it was only 5 cents. So this was a abnormally large drawdown candle based on the current volatility of the ticker, so the strategy entered. Speaking of, if we hop back over to our live example, ASTI, we can see that the average true range is now at 31 cents, right? This candle is massive, so we need a 31+ cent drawdown in this candle for the entrance to be true. We are currently getting a red candle. The open is $4.33. So it needs to get to $4.02 for the strategy to enter. We actually have 10 seconds. It's currently trading at $4.14. It needs to dip 12 more cents. Looks like it's not quite going to happen. Not quite a large enough dip for the strategy to enter on this candle. We'll see if it happens on the next one. While we wait, let's head back on over to yesterday's trade examples, and let's talk about the first exit condition, being the happier one, being the profitable one, being our normal sell. It's very, very easy. All it is, if the candle closes above our entrance price, get out of the trade. So if the candle is green, let's go ahead and quickly lock in that profit. The point of this strategy is to quickly take advantage of volatile dips on strong stocks. You can see that happen 1, 2, 3 times in a row here during the run up on SAFX yesterday afternoon. I've got about 2 more minutes before that next ASTI candle closes, and we need to hop back and check that live trade setup. So while we wait, I want to let you know that this Takashi coded strategy is available over on my website, daytradingstrategies.net, alongside 150 plus other custom coded strategies, studies, scanners, conditional orders, etc., etc. And right now, there's even a handful of free codes that you can check out. Every single one of the 150 plus codes on the website comes with a unique TOS share link like this. Here is our live trade setup, by the way. We've got 2 minutes. All you need to do is copy that link, set up back in the top right of your ThinkorSwim application, open shared item, paste, preview, and import. Just like that, about 5 seconds and 3 mouse clicks, you can have any and all of the 150 plus custom codes from my website into your own ThinkorSwim platform, and then you just simply turn them on as you do any other study, strategy, or scanner. You're not seeing any examples here. Here's a couple examples of the study I just imported. So if you use ThinkorSwim to trade, then head on over to the link in the description down below. Once again, daytradingstrategies.net. At least go take advantage of the free scripts, even if you don't want to sign up. Go see how easy it is to import them. Go see how useful they look. Maybe while you're over there, head on in and read the reviews. Decide if it's something that can help accelerate your trading journey. All right, we've got like 30 seconds. Let's get back to that live trade setup. All right, there's like 10 seconds left in this candle. And once again, it's red, but once again, it's not large red. You're not getting the large volatile pullback. So once again, the strategy does not enter. Hopefully, I really hope we do get to see a live trade in this video taken. But anyway, we can move on and talk about the third condition of the strategy next, being the stop loss. Guess what, everyone? The strategy doesn't always win. There's no such thing as a strategy that does. So having a stop loss condition is extremely important. This is the same stock. We were going over the winning trades from the late morning, and in the early afternoon, you can see it once again enters a volatile dip, but this time we don't get a green candle bounce that comes afterwards. Well, guess what? The stop loss condition of this strategy is just as simple. If the stock closes below your entrance price, also sell. Guess what that means? Conceptualize what that means. When you buy, so you're buying a volatile candle, you're buying a red candle that is larger than the ATR value on the previous candle, you're selling the next candle no matter what. So you're either always getting out when it closes above your entrance price or below your entrance price. Just buy and then sell the next candle. By the way, we need to go look at ASTI. A 5-minute candle is about to close. Oh, here we go. Okay, on ASTI, we just got a volatile pullback. You kind of got a fake out there. This thing tried to go make candle over candle highs and then pulled back pretty hard. Maybe not the most lovely setup. You kind of like an A+ setup with this strategy is when it occurs right after the green candle, right? You get a green candle, then you get a volatile pullback. Let's go look at SAFX one more time while we wait to see what happens in this trade. But this is the A+ setup. Green candle, pullback, enter. Green candle, pullback, enter. Green candle, pullback, enter. That's ideal. This ASTI setup is not ideal, right? You got green candle, then you got chop, fake out, then harsh pullback. So I wouldn't call this A+, but hey, let's see what happens. Guess what? We've obviously covered the entrance condition, right? The ATR value on the candle prior was 35 cents. The open of this candle was $3.99. The close was $3.22. That is larger than the ATR value. So we enter. Now you know the profit sell if it closes above our entrance price and the stop loss sell if it closes below our entrance price. So basically, no matter what, we are going to be selling the close of this candle. Let's see if we do, in fact, even though it's not an A+ setup, we can, in fact, still get some kind of bounce after this volatile drawdown. While we wait, there's 2 more minutes left in the current 5-minute candle. I just want to quickly showcase that while we are talking about utilizing this strategy in pre-market during this video, it doesn't only work in pre-market. I showed you that on the SAFX trades from yesterday late morning, but it also doesn't only work as a day trading strategy. Strategies in ThinkorSwim very nicely will automatically run against any time frame that you load. So here we're looking at the 5-minute chart of NVIDIA. I also have loaded in my custom backtest label study here in the top left. It's still sort of loading in with the chart, but you can see the statistics of the strategy up there in the top left. Actually looks pretty good even on the 5-minute chart for NVIDIA. But if I come out to the daily, the statistics also look good. So this strategy can also be utilized for swing trading if you would rather trade it in that manner. All right, back into this ASTI trade. There's actually 5 seconds until this candle closes. Looks like we're not going to get some sort of amazingly profitable green trade in our live trade example. I'll try to find another one. I'll try at the end of this video to find another live trade setup. But I mean, look, you can still see the stop loss working correctly as well, right? Hey, okay, we took a stab. There was a volatile pullback. We took a stab. It didn't bounce right away. So let's get ahead. Let's go ahead and get out of this thing, right? Let's not end up holding the backside of this move all the way back down if ASTI were to come back down. Let's quickly get out, readjust. I mean, what we got in at the close of this candle was $3.14. The close of the next candle was $3.10. We lost 4 cents in that trade. That's perfectly fine too, right? It's good to keep your losses small. Also, it's a fine live trade example. I would like to show a winner, and once again, we'll try to find another one. We're coming up on 8:30. News also drops at the bottom of the hour. Let's see if we get something then that we can take a stab at with this Takashi strategy. I will also showcase this because I know someone in the comments is going to ask. I have drilled down to now the 1-minute chart on the same ticker, ASTI. Remember, as I said, in ThinkorSwim, strategies will automatically run against whatever you chart. Any ticker, any futures, any Forex, any options chains, whatever you can chart on ThinkorSwim, the strategy will plot against, including any time frame. So down on the 1 minute, you can see if this is the way you wanted to go about it. Once you download and import the strategy into your own ThinkorSwim, I expect you to do this, right? I expect you to test it across multiple different time frames and find what works best for you. For me, the 5-minute strategy works best. That's just what best aligns with my trading goals. But you can take a look at the 1 minute, and on the 1 minute, we did get a volatile enough pullback kind of a lot sooner after the initial rip, and we got a nice entrance and profitable sell there. And let me also speak to the fact quickly that yes, it then of course took a loss later on the 1 minute chart, but the floating P&L going into this green trade was that the strategy was up $13,137 at the end. So after the win and the loss, the strategy is up $13,666. So yes, a winner and a loser, but the strategy makes $500. That's sort of the large thesis in this strategy, I believe, is that the win percentage, actually 69%, is a little bit abnormally high. Let's hop back out actually quickly to that NVIDIA daily chart. This looked a little bit more normal to me. The win percentage on this strategy floats around 55% from the testing that I've done on it. But the idea and why it seems to work is that the average winner is typically larger than the average loser. It seems like when you get one of those volatile drawdowns, it's sort of a coin flip for which way the stock is going to go after that. But when it bounces, it tends to bounce harder than if it continues down. So tends to float around that number, but tends to be that your losses are able to remain smaller than your average wins. All right, it's now 8:30. Let me go ahead and refresh my pre-market scanner. By the way, also the scanner that I'm using to find these live pre-market setups in real time, obviously also available on daytradingstrategies.net. I don't see anything new ripping up to the top of our mark percent change sorted pre-market scanner yet. Let's give it a minute or two here. Let's see if something else pops up for another live trade example. All right, so I don't see anything new yet. We're going to keep trying. We've still got some time here at the bottom of the hour. Then we've got the top of the hour, 9 o'clock of course, coming up as well. We're going to keep trying, but I just want to showcase quickly the same time we were looking at that ASTI trade, another stock, ASBP, got an 8 a.m. pop as well. And this strategy took 2 trades on this stock that both won. So you got a large drawdown here, buy and sell. Then you got a really nice A+ setup, right? This is the A+ setup I'm talking about. Large pop into immediate large drawdown. That's like really what you're looking to take advantage of with this strategy. Large green, large red, nice entrance, great exit on that trade. The strategy made over $6,000 on a $25,000 position. Just an amazing pre-market trade. That's sort of what I'm talking about with showcasing the power of the strategy in pre-market trading, where there are no trading halts, where stocks are free to move as volatile as possible, and where there is news-driven volatility. So you get these really big green candles, often followed by really big red candles. Just a really nice setup. Unfortunately, we looked at the wrong ticker for our live trade. If you've been trading for any amount of time at all, you'll just know that that's part of the game. Sometimes you look at the wrong one, but hey, there was another really nice setup going on at the at the top of the 8 o'clock hour. All right, so 9 o'clock has sort of come and gone, so maybe we're not going to get to see another live trade example in today's video, but let me tell you something. It's more fun, it's more entertaining to see a nice like winning trade that might have been better for the views and for the video, but it's maybe even more important for a strategy to see a successful stop loss like this. Remember, we only lost, what was it, like 4 or 5 cents, whatever it was in this trade. The stock is now down sub 3. The low of this candle is in the 270s. So that's exactly what I'm talking about, right? Hey, we tried to buy a dip, it didn't work, get the hell out. Don't let your emotions take over. Oh, I'm going to hold. Oh, this thing's starting to bounce. Oh, yay, it's bouncing. Maybe I'll add more here just before like getting crushed harder. No. This is why using codified trading strategies is so important. It proves to you why you need to get out of your positions in order to align with the back-tested statistics that you have configured for your personal trading goals. And remember, we did get to see a couple of fun winners this morning. We just unfortunately didn't watch this stock live, but ASBP gave us a couple of really fun winners. And then guess what? It has since taken a loser as well, but look at the size difference in the 2 winners versus the loser. That's exactly what we're talking about in using this Takashi strategy during pre-market trading. All right, y'all, if you learned anything in today's video, please take the half second to go hit that like button for me. If you're new around here and would like to continue learning, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel down below. And if you're interested in importing this strategy and or the scanner that I am using to find these pre-market moves in real time, they are both available alongside over 150 plus other codes over on my website, daytradingstrategies.net, which is linked in the description down below this video. And hey, YouTube thinks you will like this video right here. The algorithm is pretty smart. You should probably listen to it and go check that one out next.